Colleen. Good evening. I hope this isn't a bad time. I just wanted to ask you something quickly, if that's okay? Mila! No, not at all. The little one just went to sleep, and I was finally sitting down with some tea, so your timing's actually perfect. What's up? Thank you. I'll be quick, I promise. So, my husband and I are coming up on our 10th wedding anniversary this year. Oh, 10 years already? Wow, that's a milestone. Congrats. Thanks. Yeah, we thought it might be nice to get each other something a little special to mark the occasion. Like a ring, maybe, something we can keep forever. Ooh, a ring? Oh, that's lovely. Going for something simple or something flashier? Well, we were thinking something elegant but meaningful. And actually, that's part of why I'm messaging you. I remember you work at that jewelry store near the station, right? The one with the velvet curtains and the antique chandeliers? Yes, that's the one. Guilty as charged. It's a bit of a niche place, very selective clientele. Not to brag or anything, but yeah, we deal in some rather exquisite pieces. Exactly. That's why I wanted to ask. I actually looked it up online and the website is so vague about how to make a reservation. It didn't even list a phone number, just said something about referrals only. Is that true? Yes, that's correct. We're a referral-only boutique, mostly private appointments. Some of our clients are kind of, well-known, so we keep things pretty tight-lipped, you know? Wow, well, that makes sense. Honestly, that's part of why I was drawn to it in the first place. Everything looked so tasteful. The pieces just had this presence. It's silly, but ever since I saw one of your posts a while back, I've had my heart set on something from your store. Oh, you saw my post? Oh, that must have been the emerald set we featured last spring. That one sold within 2 days. The client flew in from Spain just to pick it up in person. He said it was well worth the first-class trip, too. Yeah, it sure was stunning. So, I know this is a big ask, but would it be possible for you to introduce me, just to make the reservation? I totally understand if that's not something you can do, of course. Well, I mean, I appreciate you asking so politely, but to be honest, it might be a little tricky. Oh, of course, I get that. Is it because of the store's policy? Partly yes, but also, you and I aren't exactly in the same circle, are we? It's not a personal thing, it's just the way the store operates. The referrals are usually for close contacts. You know how it is. Oh, well, I guess it's your store, so I can't force you to give me a reservation. I understand completely. It was just a thought. We've been saving up for this anniversary for a while, so I thought if I asked, maybe we could work something out. But, oh well, I'll have to look elsewhere. Saving up? I mean, not to sound rude, but are you sure this is the kind of place you want to be shopping at? I'm not sure what you mean. It's just, well, I don't want you to waste your time or be uncomfortable, you know? The clients we serve tend to be, how should I put this, accustomed to a certain standard. Right, I'm not expecting anything over the top, just something nice, meaningful, within our range. Okay, but sorry, I have to ask, are you sure you and your husband can even afford that kind of purchase? Like, comfortably? Excuse me? Don't get me wrong, I'm just trying to be realistic here. I mean, no offense, but I saw your husband the other day when he was out at the mall. Okay. He was wearing this faded Aloha shirt that looked like it came from a clearance bin at a thrift store. And the jeans? They were absolutely torn to shreds. I thought he was part of a street performance or something. Or perhaps he was part of the streets in general. Okay, and why are you bringing up what my husband was wearing at the mall? Well, image says a lot, doesn't it? Especially when you're trying to step into a luxury space. And I just thought, wow, if that's what he wears in public, maybe finances are tighter than you're letting on. He wears vintage clothes. That's his thing. It's not a reflection of our financial situation. Vintage? Honey, there's vintage. And then there's, I haven't bought a new shirt since 2008. Let's not kid ourselves. You're getting pretty close to being rude now, Colleen. I'm just being honest. Look, it's not personal, but if you showed up at our store dressed like that, or even mentioned being introduced by me, it'd raise eyebrows, and not the good kind. So you're saying we're, what, too poor looking? Well, I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You have to understand we've worked very hard to cultivate a certain clientele. If someone walks in looking like they glued their outfit together with coupons and hope, it cheapens the entire atmosphere. Wow, wow. Yeah, wow's all I've got. And listen, I'm not trying to be mean, but can we be real for a moment? If money's that tight for you two, maybe skip the ring and just give each other something else that's meaningful, like a handwritten card or a nice pack of gum. I can't believe you're talking to me like this. Oh, it's nothing personal, really. I just hate seeing people get in over their heads. The store isn't for, people at the bottom of the social hierarchy. If word got out that I referred you, the assumption would be that you and I are in the same league. That would reflect poorly on me. So you're judging not just me, but everyone I know. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the clearance rack, does it? Well, I guess that settles it. Thank you for your time, Colleen. I'll look into other stores. I'm sure we'll find something that suits us just fine. Oh, so you're really going through with it. How brave. I mean, sure, there are plenty of other stores. None quite like ours, of course, but I suppose somewhere out there's a jeweler who'll sell you a modest little trinket. That's the plan. Like I said, this was just an idea. I appreciate you responding. Of course. Always happy to be transparent. You know me. Better a little honesty now than disappointment later. Right. Oh, but if you do end up buying something, do send me a photo, won't you? I'd love to see what kind of ring you wind up with. I've always been curious about what the less fortunate portion of society considers special. Since we'll be shopping elsewhere, I don't think it really concerns you anymore. I wouldn't want to trouble you with my less fortunate choice of jewelry. Aw, don't be shy. I'm just trying to be supportive, even if it's something modest. It's the thought that counts, right? And besides, this could be an excellent business opportunity for me. Is that so? Sure, I could use whatever pawn shop relic you end up finding as inspiration to open up a whole new line of jewelry stores aimed at people like you. It would be like a jewelry shop for beautiful people, but everything is made out of plastic. That way, people who think fine dining means a steak bought on a discount at the supermarket could get a taste of real luxury. How generous of you. Anyway, I think I'll leave you to work out this remarkable new business plan by yourself. Good night, Colleen. Going to bed already? Oh, I get it. People in your economic class have to get up early in the morning, don't you? Otherwise, people who actually matter, like me, would have no one to serve us coffee or clean our bathrooms. I said good night. Mila, what's going on with you today? Were you just pretending not to see me just now? I was waving like an idiot in front of the daycare, calling your name. You looked right at me and walked away. So, yeah, do you have anything to say to me? Not in particular, no. I saw you waving, yes, but I didn't feel like acknowledging you, so I didn't. That's all. Wow, seriously? You mean to tell me you're genuinely giving me the cold shoulder like some high school mean girl? Back up. I'm the mean girl? After you insulted my husband, mocked our finances, and spread your vicious lies about us around to anyone within earshot? Oh, come on, that's not what happened. Don't lie, Colleen. I know exactly what happened. You took my request, which I made politely and privately, and turned it into a running joke. You told people I was begging. You called us bottom feeders. You told people we should be putting our money toward having presentable clothing rather than jewelry. Oh, you're still on about that. Mila, it was a joke. You can't honestly be mad about that. A few offhand comments between friends are nothing to throw a hissy fit over. And as for word getting around, that's not my fault either. People talk. I can't control it. Let's make a few things clear. First of all, you didn't just make an offhand comment, Colleen. You decided I was beneath you and went out of your way to humiliate me for even asking about a ring. Then you went to all of your friends and started spreading all sorts of vile gossip about me and my husband. I think you're being way too sensitive. I just said what everyone was thinking. You know how it is. If someone walks into a luxury store and thrift shop clothes, people notice. You don't know anything about us. You made assumptions and treated us like garbage. That's not honesty. It's just cruelty dressed up in pearls. Okay, fine. So I was a little blunt, but can we move past it now? Actually, I meant to ask you something. I noticed something today. Were you wearing a ring? Why, yes, Colleen. Yes, I was. I thought so. I only saw it for a second, but it practically blinded me. That diamond, that wasn't costume jewelry, and the setting, it looked custom. I know jewelry like you know the welfare system. My goodness, you do have very good eyes for jewelry, don't you? If it looked custom, that's because it was custom. Wow, I have to say I'm shocked. No offense, of course. It's just, when I think of you, I don't exactly picture high-end custom diamond rings. Yeah, you made that perfectly clear the last time we spoke. Oh, don't be like that. I'm actually trying to give you a compliment here. Honestly, that ring had presents. Where did you get it? Was it a surprise? Anniversary gift? My husband and I designed it together to celebrate our anniversary. We both got rings, actually, so my husband has one with a similar design. Seriously, you two? Wow. Honestly, good for you. That's bold. So now I have to ask, where on earth did you get that ring, and how much did it set you back? Since you're so curious, we were referred by another friend, not to your store, obviously, a different boutique, one that didn't make a sport out of belittling people who have the audacity to ask for a reservation. Oh, really? Which boutique? I can't think of any that would both custom make a ring like that and let people like you in. It doesn't matter. What matters is we met with a designer, sat down together, discussed stones, cuts, metalwork. We went full custom, and the pair of rings came out to $600,000. 600,000? That's right. For both rings. That's how much a one-of-a-kind, custom-made, high-end ring costs. You should know that. You're joking. That can't be real. You expect me to believe you spent that much? Oh, come on, Mila. I saw your husband's clothes with my own eyes. I could smell the thrift store from across the parking lot. And that right there is your problem. You think you can assess someone's worth from the fabric on their back. Well, excuse me, but when someone's wandering around in torn-up jeans and a wrinkled Aloha shirt from 1985, I don't exactly assume they're rich. That wrinkled Aloha shirt is a vintage button-up made by a team of native Hawaiian designers. It's one of only 4 of its kind. The jeans were hand-dyed and part of a limited production run that was made for the board of directors of a Swiss bank. Collectors would pay over $100,000 for either of those. What? But, it looked like something he pulled out of a donation bin. Because you don't know what you're looking at. You see frayed denim and loud prints and assume cheap. Meanwhile, people who actually know fashion would recognize it in a second. So he's not unemployed? No, Colleen, he's not. He works in international trade, specializing in exports and acquisitions. And when he's not doing that, he manages a rental property he inherited from his grandfather. The mortgage is fully paid, so anything we earn beyond property taxes is pure profit. He could probably quit his job, and that property alone would be able to sustain our current lifestyle. You never mentioned any of this before. Because I don't need to. We don't wear status on our sleeves. And I certainly didn't think I had to justify our income just to ask you for a favor. But you made it sound like you were on a budget. You said you'd been saving. Saving and struggling are not the same thing. We're careful with money, yes. We don't buy to impress strangers. We buy what matters. 600,000? That's more than some people make in a year. What do you mean, some people? We're not talking 1% or even 1% of 1%. How are you so clueless about how people in this country actually live? But setting that aside for a moment, let's have some real talk, shall we? You turned away a client who was ready to drop 6 figures just because her husband didn't look the way you wanted him to. How do you think your clients would feel about that? And if that doesn't do it for you, how do you think social media would feel about that? Okay, calm down, Mila. If I had known, I swear I would have brought you in myself. I mean that. I could have given you a full VIP experience, private vault access, champagne service, whatever you wanted. It's too late for that, Colleen. No, it's not. Just hear me out. I'll waive the appointment fee. I can get you a consultation with our head designer. I'll even offer you internal pricing, just between us. You won't believe the pieces we reserve for elite clients. You already showed me what you reserve for the people you think aren't elite. That told me everything I needed to know. But you didn't give me the full picture. I didn't know your husband was in international trade, or that you had property income, or that you could drop $600,000 on jewelry. Why would any of that matter? Because if I'd known, I wouldn't have... Exactly. You wouldn't have insulted me. You would have smiled wider, talked sweeter, made space for me in your inner circle, because suddenly I'd be worth something. That's what this is about for you, isn't it? Who's worth your time, who isn't? Oh, that's not fair. It's completely fair. You judged me the second you saw my husband's jeans. You didn't ask, you didn't wonder, you just assumed. I made a mistake, okay? A mistake is forgetting someone's name. What you did was deliberate. You ridiculed me and gossiped about my family because you thought we didn't belong in your world. I said I was sorry for that. Yeah, you said that, but are you really? No, you're only saying that you're sorry now that you think I'm valuable. But can't we move past this? We had an unfortunate little mix-up, but we can be friends from now on. I was thinking, how about we throw a little jewelry party? You can invite your friends and your husband's colleagues. I'll bring some of the latest designs we have available, and if anyone's interested, they can buy them on the spot. What do you say, Mila? I say you won't be hearing from us again. And I'll be making sure no one I care about walks into a store where kindness is conditional. Colleen kept trying to reach out even after that. She sent me text messages, waved at me like an idiot, even left small gifts in my mailbox, but I didn't respond to any of them. I hadn't forgotten the way she had mocked me or how quickly she turned my trust into gossip. Word spread, as it always does. Other moms stopped talking to her once it came out that she had been making up all those stories she spread about me. A lot of them came up to me and apologized for even having listened to her gossip, even if they didn't believe it. Her store started losing regulars. A few of her richer friends quietly took their business elsewhere. It's not to the point that she'll go out of business, but I think she'll be changing a few of her policies. Once her husband found out, they both came to my house to apologize. I accepted their apologies, but made it clear there'd be no friendship going forward. People love to judge what they don't understand, but when cruelty becomes your habit, the world has a way of returning the favor.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.